met the right people at the right time, and one thing led to another. But we also did have the right people believe in us, and we had people that are not in the band take those extra steps, like to get us where we are. And it still amazes me to this day that we have people that are not members of the band who seem to be equally passionate about the band, and that is like amazing to me that that they see our vision, you know.
I'm Walter, and I'm the artistic director of the Roadburn Festival in the Netherlands. While being at Iceland 2017, I missed out on the prime show by UNE MISÈRE'S. I really remember so vividly the day after they had a speed dating for bands, and they were like really passionate, telling me about their band, and I felt that I met kindred spirits. I saw the same kind of passion I sport for Roadburn. So I was like completely overwhelmed by them, and how like convinced they were about the band, how passionate they were about the band. And I was like, hey, but I'm like the same. This is how I talk about Roadburn. And then they decided to put up an impromptu show, and that impromptu show turned into the legendary show at the Derelict Pizza place here in Eskilstuna. And wow, they blew my mind. I was completely mind blown when I saw that show, and they were like, the show was over for like 2 seconds, and I already ran up to them and invited them for Roadburn. I was like gobsmacked when I saw them. The band and me, we decided to put them up on the Thursday at a tiny cul-de-sac. It's a music bar. It is an official stage of Roadburn. It holds 150 people. And I was hoping that by word of mouth, that the next day on the Friday, they would pull quite a crowd in the 700 capacity green room. Suddenly, like 5 minutes after the show, there was like a huge buzz on the Thursday night through Roadburn. Were you at the cul-de-sac? Did you see UNE MISÈRE'S? And that whole thing happened the whole day through. And then on the Friday evening, the 700 capacity room was completely packed, like packed to the grills. Apparently they played like a overwhelming show, and my phone lit up, and it was tons of text messages, people trying to call me, you have to come to the green room, it's being demolished by UNE MISÈRE'S. I really had to run really fast to see them, and I just entered the room when they said, thank you Roadburn, thank you so much. So I missed out on them and felt really bad. And I said like, hey, by sheer accident and coincidence, we have like a slot tonight at the cul-de-sac once more. Should we do a secret show and just announce it like half an hour in advance? And they were like, yes, let's do it. They were completely high on adrenaline from the 2 evenings before. So literally 50 minutes before the show, we did one single tweet. Hey, word on the street is that UNE MISÈRE'S is playing once more at cul-de-sac. The headliners were playing. It was like Roadburn was at this absolute high, and people ran out of the rooms from every room at Roadburn just to go to cul-de-sac. There was a line like crazy. Like, we tweeted 50 minutes prior to the show that the show would be there, and like 45 minutes prior to the show, the cul-de-sac was packed. There was a huge line. People were not interested anymore in the headliners and anything else. And that show was completely bonkers. It was almost like the same as the show at the pizza parlor here. And then there was like, suddenly there was record companies, managers, bookings agents, every business, all the business people at Roadburn, all these industry folk, they wanted to be so badly at that show.
Hi, my name is Thorsteinn Kolbeinsson, and I am the organizer of the Rockin' Metal Battle here in Iceland. I remember noting that the band was so new, they didn't really have too much recorded. They sort of barely scraped into the contest with enough material to make it. Now I was really impressed. It was their very first recordings, and look at their promo package, and everything was clearly above average. Here with the Icelandic bands, everything was very thought out, and could see that this would go far. Live, they blew me away. I thought they were much better actually live than on tape, at least with those initial recordings. So I could see how insanely tight they were, and had a really thought out live show as well. Had all these visuals. No other metal battle band had done anything like that before, and they took the victory with a pretty good runaway, lead.
The things going in the preparation to the album release have been just kind of crazy. Like it's gonna be like way beyond what we could have done on our own in terms of reach, in terms of people that have been like gotten in like contact with, and all the other stuff that like follows that. We really have a really great team with us, with Nuclear Blast and with Simon and Ice Music, and also just Sky One Half and his studio, just like all these like really talented and professional and hardworking people, like helping us to like take this band to like a whole new level.
Never a question of will we. It was always just, yeah, we will.
I see great things in the future. Like 2 weeks ago, they returned to the O13 venue. They opened up for Lamb of God for a 1,500 capacity crowd on the main stage, and most of these fans from the Lamb of God fans weren't that familiar with UNE MISÈRE'S. And so I was in the audience and I was like, oh, I want to see what's happening. And within 10 minutes, they reached each and every one in the room. People were like putting their fists in the air. There was fierce headbanging, there was a mosh pit. And here was this like band from Iceland, very well known in the Roadburn circles, but still a band not widely known, just demolishing the main stage of O13 and totally captivating Lamb of God's audience. This band is gonna go places.
I can only see great things. We're already seeing this already so early in their career with the Arch Enemy tour and Lamb of God opening and Decapitated tour and Summer Breeze, and they were even invited by Wacken to play this year.
Taking over the world. Being in every household. Being on every television, being in every computer. Like, at least that's where I want to see it go. I want to be somewhere in Japan and seeing a kid wearing an UNE shirt. I want to be, I want to be in the northern part of Russia, like where no one is, and I want to see somebody rocking our new album. That's what I want. I want to be everywhere, and I want to go places. And I think the guys are going to take me there, actually. So yeah, it's quite nice.